Stuck in the Middle, a documentary by Adrena Blunt. What are you? Starring Alexis Latchuk, Ava Zambelli, Julia, Jeremy Mercado, Kylie Barnes, and Christopher Clay. What's your name and how old are you?
I'm Adrena and I'm 18.
How many siblings in what order?
I have 9 siblings. There's Marianne, David, Cody, Sabrina, Alyssa, then there's me, Josh, Jaden, and Elena.
If you could choose to stay the middle or be the youngest or the oldest, what would you choose and why?
I'd probably pick the youngest because they get away with a lot more. But another reason why I would pick the oldest is because they have more experiences and get
Example.
Hey, pick it up.
No, why do I have to pick it up?
Pick it up.
No,
because I'm
pick
the
it up.
youngest. I don't have to do it.
No.
What if you pick it up?
Yeah. Yeah. What he said.
You
Go
two,
pick it
both
up.
of you.
I'm not picking up the ball. Are you serious?
What's your name and how old are you?
I'm Julia DeBoard and I'm 18 years old.
Do you have any siblings?
No.
If you could choose to have siblings and be the oldest, youngest, or middle, what would you choose and why?
I'll be the oldest so then I can be a really good, I forgot what's it called?
Role model.
Role model for my youngest sister.
Thank you. What's your name and how old are you?
I'm Kylie and I'm 15 years old.
How many siblings do you have and in what order?
I have one older sibling, it's my brother.
If you could choose to stay the youngest, be the middle, or the oldest, what would you choose and why?
I choose to stay the youngest because I get more stuff and I get treated like the baby. So.
Do you have any good or bad experiences or stories that you'd like to share?
Bad experience because my brother likes to bully me a lot since he's the oldest, and he gets to drive me around, so I have to be in the car with all his friends.
Thank you. What's your name and how old are you?
I'm Ava and I'm 15 years old.
Which sibling are you?
I'm the youngest.
If you could stay the youngest, be the middle, or the oldest, what would you be and why?
I would say the youngest because I get mostly anything that I want, and it's good to have older siblings to look up to.
Do you have any good or bad experiences being the youngest?
Well, a bad experience would be when you're younger and your older siblings pick on you and they just kind of bully you and make you do the chores that they don't want to do.
Thank you. What's your name and how old are you?
My name's Chris Paquette and I'm 15 years old.
Which sibling are you?
I'm the middle child.
How many siblings do you have and in what order?
I have 4 siblings. My brother Tyler, he's turning 20 this year. Then it's me. Then it's my sister Chastity, she's 12, and then it's Bethany. She's 11 years old.
If you could choose to be the youngest, middle, or the oldest, what would you choose and why?
Definitely the youngest because Bethany gets whatever she wants. My parents are extremely lenient on her.
Do you have any good or bad experiences or stories why you love or hate being the middle child?
Well, sometimes when you're the middle child, you get left out of things, but there was this one time with my older brother. He put his hair up into like a braid, kind of. Like he took his hair and he did it like this, and my youngest sister Bethany, she had scissors and she cut his hair, and I got blamed for it. Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Thank you. What is your name and how old are you?
My name's Alexis and I'm 16.
How many siblings do you have and in what order?
There's my brother and then there's me and then there's my little sister.
If you could choose to be the youngest, the oldest, or stay the middle, what would you choose and why?
I would want to be the oldest because I feel like I would have a lot more freedom.
Do you have any good or bad experiences or stories you'd like to share?
When I was younger, my brother and my little sister, they would pick on me together, but I don't want to be like, I want to be like a good, like, sibling to like help my sister out, like to look after, like look forward, like look at me, like as a good person, and not not like fight with my brother, but I want to fight with my brother because I don't want to be like the little puny little sister not trying to be with him.
Thank you. What is your name and how old are you?
My name is Jeremy Mercado and I'm 16 years old.
How many siblings do you have and in what order?
6, I would be the middle.
If you could choose to be the youngest, the oldest, or stay the middle, what would you choose and why?
I'd stay the same because one, you know, it's like a whatever. You know, you're technically the youngest before your younger brother or sister is born. So
Do you have any good or bad experiences?
both.
Any you'd like to share?
Good because, you know, you can watch the older brother get mad at the younger brother, and it's funny. The bad experiences, you know, since you're the middle, you know, there's like you're technically supposed to follow like the older rules or whatever. That's how it's always been for me.
Thank you. What is your name and how old are you?
I'm Avery and I'm 17.
How many siblings do you have and in what order?
I have one sibling and I'm the oldest and he's the youngest.
If you could choose to stay the oldest, be the youngest, or the middle, what would you choose and why?
I would probably be the youngest because I feel like the youngest gets the special treatment and they get a lot of extra things that the oldest doesn't.
Do you have any good or bad experiences or stories that you'd like to share?
I just feel like when you're the oldest, you have to experience everything first and they follow in your footsteps. So I would like to be the youngest and follow in someone else's footsteps for a change.
Thank you.